Hey guys, Gamer C here, and welcome back to a new video. In the last episode, we got the good and bad endings with the bucket. The on and off endings. And in this episode, we will be getting some more endings.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay, here we go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Warmth spread through Stanley's arms.
Yep.
With the bucket in his arms again, he was home. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Yep, he did. That sound is kind of creepy, but at the same time it kind of fits. A part of me wishes that sound was the original
Coming to a
sound from the
staircase,
game,
Stanley and the bucket walked
as it
upstairs
is
to the
quite
boss's
creepy.
office. Stepping into his manager's office,
really fits
Stanley
the
was once
feel.
again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
In this video, I'll be getting a collection of endings. Multiple different endings in one episode. I'll be getting the same endings as in episode 1.
The elevator
So
raced
this video will
downward,
be kind of like
plummeting
an alternate
towards an
version of
unknown
episode
fate.
1.
It would be all Stanley
Actually,
could do to
technically
keep himself
episode 3.
together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right.
Yep.
The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs.
Yep.
The bucket had never seen anything like this,
Don't
and
worry,
it very
bucket.
nearly
We will
burst
be
into
fine.
tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
In the last
Had the
episode, we got
bucket
the
been
main
told to
good
do
ending and the
things
main
it
bad
didn't
ending.
wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do
Although I
in
love
the
the
first
silly
place?
birds,
These questions
that
raced
ending is
furiously
probably my
in
favorite.
Stanley's feeble mind.
it is kind of unfortunate that the freedom ending turned out to be the bad ending. Especially since the dialogue was so good. Both of them want to begin watching a movie, any movie, and watch it from reverse and from the end. Stop it halfway and watch it from reverse, from the end. That one was very funny. Same with the Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. The only good thing that that ending even does, that I like, is it makes the epilogue feel stronger, because, spoiler alert, they are outside in the epilogue. So it makes it seem like they've still won anyways. Okay. Do you like this bucket? Now we can both dance. We can both dance. We were too busy
But just
partying.
as Stanley
to
was
the
about
point
to
where we
proceed
both fell
further into the
pit
mind
together.
control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing
Yep.
and into the dark void below.
Are you ready to hear an
Thankfully,
amazing
he fell
song, Bucket?
directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall. Now,
Actually,
what to do
no, it's not in
next,
this
Stanley
version.
wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here. So they set up a little couch and relaxed.
Yep.
It really wasn't
it's
so
very
bad
comfortable
down here.
here.
A bit cold, perhaps.
Reminds me of the couches from the last episode.
After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket
We
was
only saw
craving
it out that door
convenience.
for like a few seconds.
But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to
nice.
feel like a home. In
Very
fact,
cozy.
after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control
Now
facility
let's
at all.
watch TV together,
He'd
Bucket.
never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind
'Cause I already
control
did in the last
facility.
episode.
This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning. It unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail. All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it
This
over
honestly
again,
feels like a fever
staying
dream.
on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending.
Yep.
This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its
Although I
life
love
down
the song,
here
I
as
prefer the
comfortably as
version
possible.
at the
Yet
bottom of the
Stanley
mind control facility.
was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the
Don't
ground.
be fooled by that for
The
a
bucket
second.
sighed.
This is an ending.
True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually.
Very underrated ending.
It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
Except my emotions are sort of reversed in this one.
All of his co-workers All of his co All of his The meeting room. Even now,
I'm restarting it repeatedly until I get the phone call ring.
how long was I?
Or the dialogue that keeps the door open. Am I sure that the doors stop coming in?
A soft wind. All of his co-workers. Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by
This
himself
is actually
and
the
constantly
original
needed
dialogue
support
from
and
Half-Life
guidance
2
from
mod.
others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
Hopefully I'll be able to play the Half-Life 2 mod sometime on my channel. Yeah, the Stanley Parable.
All of his
Oh wait, here's an
co-workers were
ending that I
gone.
didn't get
What
in
could it
the,
mean?
other one.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
In
Perhaps he had
episode.
simply missed a memo.
Okay, do you see? I'm a dog.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around.
The bucket noticed that I turned into a dog.
All of his co-workers were gone. A soft wind.
Yep. Here we go.
The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket, off on another thrilling adventure together.
Hey Stanley, it's me. Just calling to let you know
Hey,
that
my
you
sweet
left your
wife.
bucket at home. Silly. It's okay. I'm
My
off to pick
bucket's
up
right
groceries
here.
soon,
I'm
so
holding
I
it
can
right
swing
now.
by your work and drop
Bucket,
the bucket
talk
off.
to my wife.
Oh, wait a minute. This isn't your bucket. Wait, whose bucket is this?
Maybe perhaps it's your bucket.
Well, if it doesn't belong to anyone else, I guess I could just, keep it.
Yep. You can
Yeah,
keep
I'd really
it.
like to hang out with this bucket for a while. Oh, sorry, what was I saying?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, have a nice day at work. I'll be here at home with my bucket. Bye, Stanley.
Hope you and your bucket are doing great back home. See you later, wife. Bye, sweetheart. Okay.
As soon as Stanley noticed that the door to his office was still open, he
I like
rushed
this
in
ending
with
for
his
the most
bucket
part, but
and
however, it
shut
makes
the
fun of
door.
people who don't like the
The
open
pressure of
doors.
going out and finding
Which I know
another
a lot of
bucket
people do.
variant on one of the Stanley Parable's classic endings was simply too much for him.
Imagine if
It's
Cookie
nothing
Pie
but
had this
swapped-out dialogue describing a bucket, he screamed to himself. It's not nearly different enough to be considered a true sequel.
ending. I do wish that
No.
they changed.
He would stay
carpet
right
color to
here in
red
his office where things were safe,
and everything else.
familiar. If others were happy with the bucket endings, well,
But they kept all
good
the
for
the
them.
bucket endings.
But
I mean, all the
Stanley
bucket
knew
endings
that
in
one
general,
day,
that would have been
somehow,
good.
a true sequel
like
would
it more if they did
emerge
that, but
with
for the
actual
most part,
new
I like it.
content. If only he had waited long enough.
Maybe within like
Just
10
a little
years or so,
longer,
there will be
Stanley.
another version
Keep
of this
waiting.
game with
You'll
even
get it
more
one
endings.
day, surely. Eventually. Just keep waiting. Just a little longer now.
Okay, here we go.
All of his co-workers were
Bucket,
gone.
I want to take
What
you
could
out
it
the
mean?
window.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere that Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek.
Yep. We are
Could
going to
his
go on an
coworkers really
adventure
all be
together,
gone?
Bucket. Out the window. Oh, by the way, I warn
Yes,
you, this is one of
whispered the
darkest
bucket into
endings.
Stanley's ear. We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator.
Yep, we
At
escaped.
last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now,
Yep,
and for
Bucket.
the first time, I can reveal to you my true self.
Wait, what?
The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed,
Wait, what?
and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim.
Wait,
The
what?
opportunities to do so much more. There was so
Now, by the
much
way,
it
this
could have done,
part contains
perhaps,
major
the bucket
spoilers
wondered
for
to
Bucket,
itself.
just to let you guys
Perhaps, if it had seen its own
So if you've not
darkness
played
with
the
a
game,
clearer perception.
And you want to get this
This
ending,
was way
get it,
too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
as it
he
contains
screamed.
major Bucket
You're a
spoilers.
bucket!
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow. No, said the bucket.
Wait, what?
Not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first
Gambhorata?
ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was
What?
young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of...
He wasn't born a bucket?
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing
This is
this?
creepy.
As Stanley
This is
screamed and
dark.
screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a
what?
mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like...
Stanley, the wielder of the sword. A legend.
My God, Stanley, you did it.
Yep.
You saved us from the
Saved us
bucket.
from the main
Thank
villain.
God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power.
Yep.
Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart
defeated
the
the
game,
bucket.
and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of
I
it.
defeated the evil bucket.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
Yep.
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket,
The next
a
ending I'll
committed
get
bucket,
will explain
a
the
bucket of
backstory
culture
behind
and
this.
distinction.
behind that last ending that I just got.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
Yep.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Maybe next time.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there.
We're
Go
going
to the...
into the vent instead, where I'll learn the backstory of that ending I just completed.
Okay, this is day number 295.
Ooh,
Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track.
it's a new voice actor.
Nothing feels real anymore.
Hmm.
The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes.
Wow.
The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling.
Yep, I feel that way as well.
And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down
Yep, I want to keep my hands on it all the
doesn't
time.
make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms.
Yep.
Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure?
Who knows?
I can monetize it.
Monetizing a bucket, huh?
Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket.
This is one of the endings where
This-
the bucket version.
It's my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back.
Now this is another
Even
dark
now,
ending.
I
just
don't know
like
who
that.
might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
Can't go up. Who knows what happened to him? This was most likely meant to explain the backstory. Maybe the man who just talked is the bucket. That's what many people theorize. Well, anyways, guys, I'm going to end the video here. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Goodbye, everyone. Have a great day.